Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. This is going to be a segment of When Joshalynn Speaks. And I'm sorry that it's a little dark. I had to make arrangements for this broadcast tonight because I got a lot going on. So hopefully y'all can see me. And most definitely, if y'all can hear me, that's going to be the most important. So, if you riding or you on your way somewhere, you can just tune into this. And then, of course, you will be able to come back and view this at any moment. Okay. So hopefully you have had the opportunity to read the description, because if you did not, you need to know that some of y'all is fake poly. Okay. Some of y'all are fake poly. And I have to touch base on this particular topic because I told y'all that your girl was going to be coming back. I told y'all that I was going to be speaking on topics that really matter. And I know that some of you that may view this might be like, how does poly have anything to do with anything? How does that have anything to do with my everyday life? How does it affect me? How can it make a change or have a toll on my life today? Okay. As we know, social media is a place that everybody goes to show their successes, to stay connected with their friends, with their families, to grow their businesses, whatever the case may be. But social media is also a place where people advertise their relationships. Social media is also a place where you can go and view somebody's life. All right. But one thing that I see, and I see a lot of, especially in the community, or especially in this generation, there are not a lot of real relationships. There are not a lot of organic relationships. There are not a lot of there's not a lot of love. There's no courting. There's really nobody dating anymore. It's kind of like you meet somebody, either y'all vibing and y'all fucking, and that's what's going on. Nobody is really talking about a blueprint. Nobody is really talking about a plan. Nobody is really talking about what's going to happen within the next 5 years. Nobody's talking about where are we going as a partnership? Where are we going spiritually? Where are we going mentally and physically? What are we building foundationally? Nobody is discussing that. And I'm about to tell y'all how y'all be fake poly. I am going to touch base on a lot of different sectors of poly. This is a topic that we can continue to discuss. We can do a part 2, we can do a part 3, and it can just keep going on and on and on. So, hopefully, you all will take an opportunity to be vocal here on this live. Hopefully, you all will take an opportunity to comment, because some of the things that I'm going to say and a lot of the things that I'm going to say has to be said. Okay. Poly, first and foremost, before anybody starts to comment, before anybody says anything and provides their perspective, because everybody's going to have their perspective. Everybody is going to want to put in their 2 cents, and that's good. Okay. But I have to let y'all know, I have to put a disclaimer out there, because I am speaking coming from a Black woman. I'm speaking from a woman who has engaged in poly relationships. I am someone who has engaged in monogamous relationships. So I have the gift and the ability to see from multiple perspectives, okay? And not having a biased opinion. Okay. A lot of people cannot do that. Poly is or was structured to build the communities, to build within the homes. Okay. But now let's go ahead and rewind to 2022, where we're currently at, where a lot of you that may be watching this may be in my generation, in your 30s. Some of you may be even in your 40s or in your 50s, or whatever the case may be. There may have been an experience or something that you are experiencing where you will be able to relate to even one thing that I say here in this video today. Okay. So if y'all can do me one favor and share this, okay? If you can do me another favor and engage with this. And then lastly, make sure you're putting your comments wherever you're tuning in at, because we are streaming on Facebook on When Joshalynn Speaks. We're also streaming on the When Joshalynn Speaks page on Facebook. And we're also streaming on When Joshalynn Speaks on YouTube. So please make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am going to be growing this community significantly. So if you are ever thinking about being a guest or you have a topic, please holler at your girl. Okay. Poly. A lot of y'all fake poly. A lot of y'all be out here stunting. A lot of y'all be out here capping. Okay. Talking about you poly. Now, I am going to be speaking from men's perspectives, and you probably like, how can you speak from a man's perspective? Because I can. Okay. I'm also going to be speaking from a woman's perspective, and this is how I'm going to be able to do both. Okay. Because when you have experienced a partnership or a relationship with someone who provides you with clear communication, okay, they will be able to be transparent about how they feel. So all of these experiences that I have went through in my life, I have also had the luxury in the midst of my rafts, okay, to be able to hear the honest opinions of those that I have heard in the past, in those relationships where it was my fault in the past. See, a lot of y'all probably won't even be able to agree with me even right there, because you don't know how to take accountability. So many of you have been in great relationships. You have great men who have went above and beyond, and vice versa. Men, you have had great women who have went above and beyond, and you fucked up. But when have you told yourself, when have you ever told that person that, you know what, yes, that was my fault. I fucked that up right there. Okay. Everything is going to make perfect sense here soon, because I got to call out y'all fake polyers. Okay. Men, poly is not a relationship that is structured around physicality and sex. That's not what it is. And to those women who may be listening, I have to gear this towards you too, because you may not know. Poly is not a relationship or a partnership that is structured on physicality or sex. Okay. Now, can consenting adults make the decision to have sex if they want to? Of course. Of course. That's what sex is. If you're not doing it consensually, and if you're not doing it of age, then of course there's something wrong with that. Correct? Going back to the beginning where I talked about social media, and this is beginning to be our gathering place. Okay. And if you go back and watch my video from yesterday, you'll see how all this kind of correlates and everything kind of wraps up together. Okay. Polly has now been portrayed to be socialized as a man who is dominant over two women who have wild sex. They're taking pictures, posting it on social media, making it just look like this is the greatest place to be. Now, every man, or most men, I should say, because I have to be careful with how I word things, because I know a lot of y'all gonna be sensitive and in y'all feelings. Okay, but Joshalynn is speaking tonight. A lot of men will look at a poly relationship on the outside looking in. And if you are at a place where your mind is not right, you are still mentally trying to ascend in a lot of situations, you may not allow yourself to see from different perspectives. So if you a man or whatever, if you a nigga, let's call it how we call it, and you see another poly relationship, you might be like, damn, I want to be like him. He got he got two bad bitches. He got two, man. I be crashing them, both of them, every night. I got I got my girl doing this. I got my other bitch doing this. Now let's keep it real because we on when Joshalynn speaks tonight. So don't act like you can't relate because I have to allow everyone that is viewing this to be able to relate. Now, either this message or these messages will be for you or it won't be because I'm gonna try to get deep here on a lot of topics here in this poly because a lot of y'all fake poly. Y'all in these fake poly relationships. Okay. If you are not at a place where each partner can meet the other partner that is going to be within your union, first of all, you are not poly. Because if you have to be with your girl A or your bitch A, whatever, and you can't talk on the phone to girl B at the same time, you are not poly. If you do not understand that poly is structured so that everyone can be free of multiple tasks, that you can make more money quicker, that you can build more businesses faster. Okay. If you are a man, and I know that some women will be watching this and you might have that feeling like, well, Joshalynn, I want to have two husbands. I don't want to get too deep off into that because we have to now look at how society is going now. A lot of relationships are poor. Some of you are in relationships right now. The only reason why you in that relationship is probably because of the kids. You're probably in a relationship because you're probably going through some type of trauma and you cannot be by yourself. You're probably in a relationship because you are scared to leave and start over, or you're probably in a relationship because you really do love that person and you want to spend the rest of your life with them. But now let's play into factor that a lot of relationships are unhealthy, especially in this generation. If you 30 something, in your 20s, early 40s, it's if you have not if you don't have a partner right now or you're not building with someone right now, there is a large possibility that you will probably not be with anyone. Not because you're not a great person, not because you don't want to love somebody, but because the mentality here, and what I mean here, in the westernization, the thinking is all wrong. See, when you have someone who's really about poly, whether it be man or woman, the one of the first conversations is going to be how are we going to make this work that we can all win together and be happy in a healthy manner in unison. Okay? Everyone has to be equally yoked at some point within even that poly relationship. And to those of you who practice monogamy, you know what I mean by being equally yoked. To those of you who are married, whether it be a spiritual marriage or a marriage on paper, you know exactly what I mean. But if we want to get deep into it, if we really want to dive into the roots, ain't nobody really ready for real poly. And let me tell you why. And I'm going to speak to my sisters now. I'm going to speak to every woman that's listening now, and especially to my Black sisters. Why? Because I'm a Black woman. Okay. I see y'all being fake poly. Okay. Because you have a sexual desire for both man and woman. That's fine. Your sexual preferences have nothing to do with a poly relationship. But when you start placing your sexual preferences in a poly relationship, then it begins not to really make no sense because now we're almost building off of sex. Sex is minimal when it comes to a poly relationship. If you are in a healthy poly relationship and you are having sexual activity amongst all of you, and you are not just with him or she's not just with him, you all have to find a way to make that comfortable and passionate for everybody. That's something that you have to work on. So ultimately, that is not what poly relationships are about. Women are so westernized, especially black women. She's so much in her feelings that she don't want to see another bitch giving her man attention, making her man dinner, calling her man and checking up how you doing. Do the kids need anything? See, the westernized woman, she's going to take that offensively. She's going to be ready to fight with her man. But no, if you just would have held tight and you allow yourself for your man or for your king to lead, and you both have discussed how we're going to lead, how we're going to be teachers, how we're going to be students, how we're going to be chiefs and Indians together, you wouldn't be thinking like that. See how you would think as a woman who's really about poly life. Maybe you got other shit to do. Maybe you have to go take your son to the soccer game. Maybe your daughter has ballet practice and you can't do it all. But see, if you was in a real poly relationship, the other sister, she can handle that. She's going to go now take him to soccer practice because now you have an opportunity to take your daughter to ballet practice. Okay. And then if your union is still growing in a healthy manner, down the line, you may even consider adding more people to your tribe. Why? Because now you see that we can get more shit done. Now, it's not as if we are living in a time where everybody is in a committed relationship and everybody is happy and everybody is just in love. And I'm not saying that those relationships do not exist. I'm saying that they are becoming more and more rare because we are so traumatized. We've been through so much trauma. We've been hurt in so many relationships. And now every time we get into a relationship, we are sending this man or this woman through the ropes because we have not allowed ourselves to heal. Healing is going to be something that y'all will hear me talk about often because healing is what it's going to take for us to create a more positive environment. Now, considering that relationships and dating is just gone haywire now, we have to get into the mind frame of survival because even especially with the black community, if something does not shake, if things get any worse than what they are now in physicality, there's no more Walmart, or maybe there's no more CVS. You can't do a lot of different things. Now you're gonna have to depend on a tribe, or you're gonna have to be submissive enough to know how to depend on a man that is in leadership. But here's what's fucked up. Men have forgotten, some men, not all of them, what leadership is. See, now when you have forgotten what leadership is as a man, now guess what? That's creating more whores. It's creating more hoes. It's creating more bitches out in Atlanta, downtown, ready to pop that thing for some cash. It's creating more bitches out in Florida, in Miami, taking a trip, ready to jack some niggas because all the men have forgotten that they're leaders. All the men have forgotten that they're heads of the household. The women have forgotten that she is the backbone to a man and she creates the balance. She puts everything into perspective. See, y'all fake poly out here. If you was fake poly, your emotions would not be attached in a way that it hinders you from building your tribe, from building your union. No bitch or no woman, nobody should be jealous of anybody. There should not be a place of tension, or there should not be any place of separation where one partner feels inferior to the next one. That's because y'all out here fake poly. Y'all only doing it for the gram. Y'all only doing it for Facebook. Y'all not doing it to build communities. You're not doing it to create even more of our lineage by bearing children to keep our bloodline strong and to keep us from dying off. But see, am I getting too deep for y'all now? Because y'all fake poly. It's not about buying matching J's and getting in a picture and doing a TikTok and y'all French kissing and shit. Okay, yeah, that shit's cute. But at the end of the day, do y'all have a plan structured for generational wealth? Do y'all have a plan structured for how the home is going to be ran? Do you have it structured that everybody knows what role they are playing and how they are making the union more stronger? See, some women, some men, y'all can't imagine another man or another woman having sex with your partner because you love them, right? Some of you can't fathom the fact of another man having sex with your woman, or some women cannot fathom the fact of another woman making love to your man, or especially better than you do. But see, when you real poly, not no fake poly, not for the gram, not for no none of that. It's about making everybody feel good in any type of manner, even if it is physicality. If you are in a true poly relationship and you all have decided to have sex simultaneously, because see, in a lot of poly relationships, they don't do that because that's not what a poly relationship is structured around. Some women who are in poly relationships don't even have the desire for another woman sexually because that is not what a poly relationship is structured around. See, I'm pretty sure some of your ancestors, I'm pretty sure your long descendants ago were in poly relationships. Granddaddy had plenty of women. We had Tina. Tina was the one who made the biscuits. She held down the seamstress business. You got Miss Pam. Miss Pam, she didn't want to go nowhere. Miss Pam, she loved the kids. Miss Pam watched the kids. So if anybody else needed to do anything, needs to go to a doctor's appointment, needs to go to a recital, whatever the case may be, we don't have to worry about a babysitter because Miss Pam loves kids. That's what she does. But see, y'all not hearing me because y'all in fake poly relationships. How can you get mad within a poly relationship at one of your partners who is trying to add to your tribe, who is trying to increase your tribe? Because y'all don't understand that teamwork makes the dream work. Some of those sayings that we heard as young children up until now, it makes perfect sense, right? It makes perfect sense. Poly is structured for us to grow, to develop. But see, when your mind is so stuck in a place where your physical self has only allowed you to think with your body instead of your heart, your mind, and your spirit, you'll never grasp what the true meaning of having multiple partnerships within one union. It's not about going out, you got a bad dark skinned girl and going to get a light skinned girl. Now your team is complete because you got one dark skinned girl and you got one light skinned girl. I've seen so much of this stuff on social media, and it's sickening because most of y'all, not all of you, but most of you can't even afford your current relationship. When you have a poly partnership, that is going to require you to have some sort of stability, because even still, at the end of the day, you are the head of the household. It doesn't matter that you have 3 women, 4 women, 5 women, or 6 women. You're still the head of the household. We can't structure poly relationships even off of a monetary gain, but we have to also understand that relationships are based more than off physicality and off sex. It's based off business. If you are in a partnership and y'all don't have no business plan, take the opportunity to revisit that topic. We are in 2022. There's no reason why we should be at a place of demise as we are, because I would rather be in a poly relationship, a healthy poly relationship with our head of the household and our 3 or 4 beautiful sisters, intelligent, non-combative, knows what it means that teamwork make the dream work. And we know that this is about building a community, building generations of wealth, building generations of stability. That's the ultimate win situation. If your goal is to get to 2 million, you're going to get there faster with 5 people getting to the same goal versus just one trying to get to that goal, or just you and your partner. And see, some of you like, oh, I'm not sharing my man with nobody. I'm not, oh, no, I'm not sharing my girl over there. I'm not doing none of that. That sounds so fucking dumb, because if you are not married, technically, if you're not married, you are still single. If your goal is to have a poly relationship, a true poly relationship, it is going to require courting, old fashioned ways. It's going to require communication. It is going to require a blueprint. It's going to require understanding. And then everything else after that is kind of like this, the cherries on top. And what I mean by the cherries on top, I'm talking about if you decide to engage in sexual activity, if you decide to be intimate amongst all of you in your union, that is something that is a personal preference. Does sex in a healthy manner heal the spirit? Yes, but sex is to create life. Sex is to create life. We have just been placed in so much bondage and so many generational curses, so much hurt, so much pain, so much trauma, so much of everything, that we want to just feel good in physicality, and we're not allowing ourselves to properly uh experience and show what true love really is and what building really is. See, people throw around every day, I love you, this and this and that. But love is an action, because, bitch, you can tell me anything. That don't mean nothing. How are we going to secure ourselves? Firstly, how are we going to secure these kids if there are any present? How are we going to secure our children after we are long and gone? Are they going to have insurance? Do we have investments here? Do we have bear bonds? What do we have in play? But see, y'all not probably hearing me because y'all in these fake poly relationships. Y'all only doing it for the gram. Y'all only doing it for Facebook. You only doing it to look good when you pull up in front of your nigga's house. You only doing it to feel good to pull up in front of your homegirl house or in front of your homeboy house. See, I have to connect with everybody here. Y'all be in fake poly relationships. See, then when you have people who are really wanting to experience the essence and actually practice what it means to do as our ancestors have done, to do as the olden days, we would win even more. But you too worried about if she can make him come faster than you can. Bitch, you sound stupid. If you have a king or if you have a queen and she is about building, she about adding people to the tribe, and maybe y'all never thought about that before. Maybe that is a topic to discuss because we're going to get to a time, and it may not be here in this time presently with us in this generation. It could be upon our children. We have to properly prepare them and prepare generations to come instead of creating so many toxic monogamous relationships, toxic poly relationships. If your partners or your partners is not your ultimate prize, then that relationship is not for you, whether it be monogamous or whether it be poly. We have to take back what was stolen. If you are really wanting to create a change, poly relationships are about creating change. And some of y'all probably still won't even understand because your mind will not allow you to even grasp what I'm saying because you live fake poly relationships. I'm not saying your ladies have to kiss each other and be tongue kissing all that crazy ass stuff because that's not what it is. But they should be friends. They should have a great healthy relationship. There should be times if you are all in a poly relationship, there's no reason why you should be scared to pull up with one of your ladies going to another lady's house, or you have to put the phone down to talk to one of your ladies. Man, that's bullshit because y'all in fake poly relationships. I'm not saying that relationships don't go through struggles. I'm not saying relationships don't go through hurdles. But if you have a strong, healthy poly relationship, y'all should be winning. If you are at a place where you just like, you know what? I can't even fathom being in a poly relationship. That's my man. That's my nigga. That's mine right there. Bitch, he done already been with 235 bitches before you. 235 bitches before you. But okay, that's cool. That can be your man because y'all don't understand the concept of keeping it going. So you mean to tell me if you have a king, if you have a man in leadership, and there was a time where it's not like this. Let's hypothetically say it's worse than what it is for in the next thing that's coming. That you would not allow your king, you would not allow your head of the household to assist another sister who could be an asset to your tribe? Or is that because you don't want her to have none of the dick, right? That's what it is. You don't want to see her sucking on none or nothing like that, right? Do you see how stupid that sounds? That is because this is not what a poly relationship is built on. Everybody talking about, yeah, I want to be in a poly relationship. Yeah, oh, she's cute. I like her. Yeah, yeah, I want two women, you know what I'm saying? But y'all don't even know how to treat your women as queens. Women, you don't even know how to appreciate a leader You don't know how to appreciate a true man that is of the household, even if you've seen them, because your mind is so tarnished. You won't allow yourself to see things any other way than how you want to see them. That's why a lot of us, a lot of you, really don't matter the nationality, but speaking from a Black woman, is why a lot of Black women are single. It's to why a lot of Black men have went to other nationalities, have went to other races. And I know some of you may be like, yeah, race ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got, oh, but it does. It does. Y'all in fake poly relationships. If you are in a so-called poly relationship currently, I want you to analyze your poly relationship, and you tell me if your poly relationship is solely structured around building, around true love. Because let me tell you this, the only way that you can provide true love, even in the action, is if you actually love yourself. See, if you suffering with trauma and you still in like all these healing phases, you in all these different kind of places, you are not at a place where you have allowed yourself to move forward, then you couldn't possibly be in a healthy, even monogamous relationship, let alone a healthy poly relationship. That's because y'all here in fake poly relationships. Poly relationships are structured to build the communities, to take the pressure off, to take the weight off. See, y'all are still too in this modernized thinking, and that's unfortunate because a lot of us are, we don't think like that. And I just want to give just a strong shout out to those who are aware and they see the power in any healthy relationship, but the power also of a healthy poly relationship. Because see, some of y'all right now in that monogamous relationship struggling like a motherfucker, struggling like a motherfucker. And guess what? He's still going out and fucking bitches. She's still in her Instagram and inboxing these niggas and deleting it before you get back to the crib. Because why? Because there's so much trauma. There's no communication. Nobody has established who is the head. Because we are at a time where, like I said, men are forgetting that they're the leaders. Women are becoming stronger. And that's not a good thing because some of us are tired of being independent. Bitches is tired. Stop repping that I'm independent, Miss Independent. Yeah, that's cool. You can take care of your bills, you take care of your kids. They not snotty, but bitch, you don't get no award for that shit. I don't get no award for getting up every day and taking care of my daughter or taking care of my son. I don't get no kudos for that. That shit that you just know that you gotta do and you supposed to do it. But see, y'all probably not hearing me because your relationship is unhealthy. Come on now, y'all. We are on an episode of When Joshalynn Speaks. We are streaming on 3 platforms currently. Okay. When Joshalynn Speaks, Facebook, also on my personal page, Joshalynn's Corporation or Joshalynn Warren Corp. And we are also streaming live, y'all, on YouTube when Joshalynn Speaks. Make sure y'all go and subscribe there. Like, for real. Because we are about to be talking about subjects like this. Y'all know fake poly relationships. Tag somebody that's in a fake poly relationship and have them watch this video. Tag them right now. Tag all your people who are in poly relationships. Share this for your poly relationship people because I can guarantee you that the majority, not all of them, are in unhealthy or fake poly relationships. I got time tonight. I can argue. I have time to argue tonight. I want to see some of y'all comments. Let me know how y'all feel. Who's in a poly relationship here? Give me some of your feedback because we have to tighten up. There are a lot of resources. There are a lot of great opportunities for you to meet people. Okay. Again, we are in a place where the virtual world is taking over. The virtual world is taking over. You may have to, if you are someone you don't get out a lot, find a safe place of like minds, poly couples that you could take your time to get to know. See, we have gotten to a place where, as I said in the beginning, that we're not taking no time to get to know anybody anymore. Nobody's going on dates. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's really claiming this is my main, like, what is this is my main girl? Like, what is that? That is saying when somebody says that you're their main girl or that's my main nigga, that means that there are other people in the equation. So y'all be getting happy talking about, oh, I'm his main girl, I'm his. No, that's stupid as fuck. As to why it makes more sense to practice poly relationships, because if you are in that unhealthy relationship and dirty Darren keep coming home every night, he don't even give a fuck. He be smelling like Keisha and everything. He be smelling like Keisha every night. He don't even care no more. Maybe Keisha is an asset. Maybe she is a boss bitch, or maybe she's like Pam that likes to take care of the kids. But see, you two caught up with your sexual self, your physical self, and in that unhealthy relationship that you won't even allow yourself to see anything other than what's currently going on. Okay. I see some of y'all in here. Now, being that I am streaming on 3 different platforms, I can't see all of your comments. But hey, what's up, Mayai? What's up, Jasmine? What's up, Levi? So you've been commenting on the other one and ain't been seen. I'm so sorry about that. Y'all need y'all to tighten up because a lot of y'all in fake poly relationships. See, there are a lot of people, and oh, so let me go back to what I was saying. Instead of you getting upset about Keisha because he is probably fucking Keisha every night, he always smells like her. He's no longer even taking a shower when he come home. I'm like, it's known. Yeah, I've been with Keisha. There ain't nothing you gonna do about it. If you make the decision to continue to be in that unhealthy monogamous relationship, why not accept Keisha, have the bitch over, see if you might even like Keisha. See how well you all get together. See how well you do together in communication. See if you can make it work. Because, see, a lot of you are in relationships like that right now. You know that he's fucking somebody else. You know that she's talking to these niggas on Facebook and in Instagram. And when she go out with her homegirl, they doing all that shit. They being ratchet and everything. Let's keep it real. We in 2022. Ain't nobody really, if there is only a small fraction of our generation who are in committed, healthy relationships that are monogamous. See, if you was a real boss, if you was a real bitch, no, I want to meet these hoes because let's see how we can build together. Let me meet these women. Let's see if we can actually create some wealth together. But see, y'all not ready for that because y'all still so stuck in your modern way of thinking. 25 to 35, this is probably going through one ear and out the other because you still only thinking about uh how good that nigga looking some Jordans, uh how big his Rams is. You're not even worried about if he got business credit or good credit. You're not worried if she came from a place of trauma and she was beat as a child and now you can't lead this bitch around your kids. You're not thinking about none of that because she got a fat ass. Or she can suck a mean one. Let's keep it real here on When Joshalynn Speaks. Let's keep it real. Because a lot of you or a lot of us have been in relationships that were all liabilities. Come on now. You're probably in a relationship currently that is a liability. But see, listen here. I see a lot of my sisters, a lot of my black sisters, a lot of my black brothers, we want to see so much change. We want to see change in our communities. We want to see change within our, we want to see all this change, but we're not willing to put in any of that change. Create a safe place once again for our women. Create a safe place. It's too many women out here that are in fear every day because there's not a man around, or because she has to look out for herself so much. You know, shout out to every woman who is strong and can take care of themselves. I'm not knocking those women because I am her. But there has to come to a place where you are tired of always being superwoman. There has to come to a place where you will allow someone to come into your life and be a healthy and positive leader and cares enough about your union to add other positive assets to the union to grow it as it should grow. But see, y'all not ready for that because y'all in fake poly relationships. Y'all don't want to hear about what's real. See, when you begin to allow yourself to see at the end of the tunnel, I mean, beyond today, I mean, beyond next week, I mean, beyond next year, beyond all of that, you have to be able to look at things in totality. How many men are there currently even on this live, or how many men that are out there between the ages of 25 to 35 who are really thinking about getting married or being with one woman and only having sexual relations with her for the rest of his entire life? How many men are there? Even women, how many women are there? Now, see, there may be some of you who are watching or who will come back on later and they might say, you know what, Joshalynn, I do want that white picket fence though, girl. I know I'm gonna get it. I know I'm gonna find my husband. I just know it. He's out there. I am not saying to be discouraged by any of the things that I'm saying because ultimately I want everyone to be in a loving and healthy relationship, whether it be monogamous or poly, if that is what you decide you want. But what I am also telling you is to think logically. Look at everything around us, how things have been going, even from COVID to now. Things have changed significantly. There are not too many men, especially black men, who are in leadership, real kingship, real boss shit, not trying to be dominant over his woman, but understand what it means to possess both the masculine and feminine energies, because I would prefer to have a king that possesses both, so then that way he knows how to be assertive, and that way he knows how to be passive with me as well. He knows how to be assertive and passive with all of us as the sister wives. See, you have to either have it or you don't. But see, so many men have forgotten that they're the heads of the household. Now we got these men and these niggas wearing hoochie daddy shorts. Bitch, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I gotta take out my red cup. I told y'all, when you see a red cup, especially in the black community, I don't care. When you see a red cup, it's either red Kool-Aid in there or it's drank in that cup. That's it. I had to get my red cup because now we got these men, we have our kings wearing fucking hoochie daddy shorts. We have our men, we have our kings secretly getting pounded from behind by they homeboys, by weirdos on Backpage. Oh yeah, whatever page they on now. See, there are some of us who are amidst this show right now that knows wholeheartedly that there are so many men to women leaders, that is. So yeah, bitches, you might have to snuggle up and find you a union, a positive tribe, and be within that, because you're not going to be able to do everything by yourself if, God forbid, that the physicality that we're currently in becomes even worse. Some of y'all don't even know how to keep your house clean, let alone learn how to skin a fish if you need to, and you have to live somewhere off the grid because we on foot now, we running, government gone crazy, aliens gone wild. You not even gonna be able to survive because you can't even survive here. You can't even survive on your own. You can't even take care of that apartment. You can't even take care of none of the shit that you got. Yes, I'm talking to everybody here. I'm talking to men. I'm talking to women. But see, some of y'all might get in y'all feelings because that's probably you in that fake poly relationship. Y'all are hurting the communities to come. So if you've been bullshitting in your fake poly relationship, I hope that this show tonight will help you to rebrand your tribe. See, some of you that will be watching will be inspired. You might be like, damn, this bitch is on point. Because poly relationships, and again, we can also intertwine this with monogamous relationships because some of you are monogamous that may be viewing, and some of you are in poly relationships. But we have to have the power to see beyond today, to see beyond tomorrow. See, there are a lot of people who will be watching who will now rethink what a real poly relationship could do for their lives, what it could do for a union. But see, that's only if you about building a foundation. That's only if you're a team player. That's only if you know that teamwork makes the dream work. See, you simple-minded bitches and niggas, y'all not gonna get it. Y'all not gonna get it because you in fake poly relationships. So everything that I'm saying to you right now is probably foreign. You don't understand it. If we are, and when I say we, I mean we as the leaders, we as the advocates, we as the facilitators, we as those that know that the times that are coming are going to require us to be as a tribe, to be as a collective, to come in numbers. But see, y'all worried about the wrong shit. A lot of y'all are in poly relationships that are fake. You just doing it for the gram. You just doing it for Facebook. You doing it to stunt in front of your niggas. That's all that you doing it for. We have to create healthy environments for people like us who are really thinking about building after we are gone. See, that has to be a continuation. A lot of y'all only thinking about what's going on right now. None of that shit that don't matter. Poly relationships are not structured on sex. Poly relationships are not structured on what it looks like on social media. And are olden poly relationships, bitches didn't get jealous with the other bitch because he having sex with her. Maybe, maybe she didn't feel like having sex that day. Okay. And now the other sister, she felt like having sex. You see how that works out? See, have you ever been in a monogamous relationship, an unhealthy one at that, and you didn't want to have sex, but your partner wanted to have sex so bad? So now you feel obligated to have sex because y'all in a monogamous relationship. So like if I don't give it to him, he gonna go get it from somewhere else. Or if she don't get it from me, she gonna go get it from somewhere else type of deal, right? But see, when you are at a place that you can think unbiasedly and you can think without pride, you can think without your body and your physicality, you wouldn't even care if they were having good sex. In fact, now you can go do what you need to do because she is giving him good sex. But see, y'all modern bitches, y'all don't know nothing about that. You still probably in your house or in your car right now, like, this bitch is crazy. She sounds stupid as fuck. No, I don't. I'm telling you what's real. And I am so honored, so blessed. I feel so favored that as a 30 something year old woman, I have the power to speak and the power to get through to some of you because we can make a positive impact and a positive change. Stop thinking with your pussy. Stop thinking with your dick. Because ultimately, sex and orgasms don't get shit done. It feels good. Yeah. But your orgasm ain't building no generations of wealth. Her fat ass ain't building your son's generations of wealth. We have to start making it make more sense, especially within the Black communities. Y'all are embarrassing a lot of us. Because why? We're supposed to be as a collective. We're supposed to be representing one another. And has that been a hurdle? Has that been a challenge? Most definitely. But I'm here to tell y'all to get out of these fake poly relationships because it is taking a toll on me. It's taking a toll on the monogamous relationships. It's taking a toll on the other poly relationships because y'all out here stunting. Y'all out here stunting and fronting just to look good. It ain't got shit popping. So y'all have to understand that with everything moving towards virtual reality or virtual concepts, people can make things look any type of way. Your favorite rap star might be broke as fuck. Your favorite singer might be broke as fuck. Because on social media, we can make things look good. Have the spirit of discernment when you are selecting your monogamous partnerships and when you are selecting your poly partnerships, because yes, some of us have been through so much that we just don't have that kind of time mentally anymore. We don't have that kind of time spiritually anymore to be a part of any partnership, whether it be monogamous or poly, that is going to be about bullshit or negative energy or low frequency, low vibration. Okay. We just don't have that kind of energy. So I'm hoping that all of you tonight that have been here on this show with me for this amount of time, that you really think about the essence of what is being said and what has been said, because a lot of y'all are stunned in front and you are in fake poly relationships. You might as well be by yourself. If you are someone who is actually thinking about tomorrow, thinking about years to come, be stern, be tenacious in how you go about facilitating finding your tribe. We have to come up out of these toxic relationships, whether it be monogamy, poly, whether it be your friends, your family. We have to come up out of these toxic relationships because guess what? If there are multiples of leaders, and I know that there are, I know it's not just me, it's a lot of you that are watching. You have the power to change. We have the power to create these tight unions, these tight tribes of women and men that are unbreakable. That's what poly relationships are about. Making it unbreakable. The foundation is just so tight, it's just stuck there. You have to start with the foundation. I hope that you all have truly enjoyed being a part of this show tonight. And I'm hoping that all of you who are in fake poly relationships that you will begin to think differently. And to those of you who are finding your tribe, ask your guides and those who are working in your favor to lead you in the right direction and do not rush it. Okay. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, y'all. Your girl is out. Okay.